We've got ourselves a big local college basketball matchup coming on Tuesday night as the Red Storm of St. John's. They visit the Seton Hall Pirates, going down at the Prudential Center. So let's talk some college hoops. We're going to do it with New York Post sports reporter Zach Braziller, who's going to be at the game. Always doing a great job covering college basketball. Zach, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'm just glad to be back in New York where it's nice and balmy and warm.
Yeah. The people need to know Zach was covering the game in Creighton. He was in Omaha. He was suffering because it was so cold out there. Not that it's warm here in New
Minus
York.
35.
Minus 35.
35 degrees.
Yeah, if anybody
Beautiful.
out there who's watching this knows what minus 35 feels like, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I empathize with Zach and the struggles he had over the weekend. You have my sympathy and empathy, Zach, for sure. But Zach, let's start this video with the Johnnies because they suffered a tough loss in Nebraska, 66-65, falling to Creighton on Saturday. That loss snapped the Red Storm's 4-game winning streak. What went wrong for the team on Saturday in that contest?
Look, they had their chances. 14-2 run by the bench gave them a 9-point lead with 9 minutes left. You knew Creighton was going to make a run and come back. Number 22 ranked team in the country. They're terrific at home. St. John's didn't get any shots to fall the last 5 minutes. I believe they missed 7 of their last 8. And look, let's be honest. They got 2 awful calls in those final 30 seconds. Up one, Danish Jenkins going for a rebound, basically got tackled by Ryan Kalkbrenner, no call. At the buzzer, Jordan Dingle's putback shot. He gets fouled as he's releasing it. Did he get room to land? One of those are called a foul. St. John's probably wins. Now, Rick Pitino didn't use an excuse. Talked to Danish Jenkins today. He didn't use an excuse. After the game, Jordan Dingle didn't use an excuse. I thought that was they've handled that the right way, even though I think it was pretty clear that they got the short end of the stick on Saturday. And look, there's nothing to be ashamed about losing 1 point at Creighton. That's a very, very good team in their building, and look, I expect St. John's to come out Tuesday hungry, fired up, angry. I think it's I expect a really good response from them after, a real gut punch of a loss, a game they probably should have won.
Yeah, it was a tough one for them to lose that one, but like you said, no shame in hanging with the 22nd ranked Creighton team there on Saturday. I want to talk to you about Seton Hall because they've won 4 games in a row. They're 5-1 in the Big East under second-year head coach Shaheen Holloway. The Pirates' start this season might be considered a surprise by some. So what's been working so well for them through 17 games thus far?
Look, first year Shaheen Holloway was a bit up and down. I think people kind of forgot how good of a coach he is. He doesn't, you don't get to the Elite Eight with a team like St. Peter's by accident. He's a fantastic coach. They play tough. They're hard-nosed. They defend. Kadari Richmond is a Big East Player of the Year contender. He's the 2-time now Big East Player of the Week. They've won a lot of close games. Their last 4 wins are all by single digits. They've beaten UConn. They've beaten Marquette. They beat Providence. They just won at Butler. They're red hot. They're, to me, overachieving. They were picked 9th in the league. I thought that was fair. They're not going to overwhelm you with talent, but they find a way to win close games, led by Richmond. And look, they got a ton of confidence. I think this is basically a flip of the coin game. St. John's 2 losses on the road at UConn, on the road at Creighton in the league, combined 5 points. They could easily be 5-1 or 6-0. Seton Hall's 1 loss was a lopsided loss at Xavier. They played fantastic basketball. I think it's going to be a terrific game. I think it's going to be a slugfest, kind of similar to the Creighton St. John's game. The big question, St. John's hasn't been great closing out games here. Seton Hall has. That's the one question mark you have if you're a St. John's fan, is because they find a way in a real close game to win one on the road.
Yeah, St. John's fans would like to see that. Obviously, it would also be a big win for Seton Hall if they're able to do this. So Tuesday night, as we just talked about, both schools are going to face off in Jersey at the Rock. You're talking about how this is a coin flip, Zach. How big is this game for both squads, and who do you think is going to come out on top?
I think it's bigger for St. John's. Now, look, St. John's is in better shape for the tournament. Their metrics are much better than Seton Hall. But I just think when you consider they're coming off a tough loss, they're in the middle of a really, really, really tough stretch. After Seton Hall, they're home for Marquette, home for Villanova. Then they go to Xavier. Then UConn comes to MSG. I just think for St. John's, they got to move. They got to respond with a win here. It was a really hard, tough loss at Creighton. A game, like I said, they should have won. I just think I like St. John's to win a close one. I just think they're the more desperate team. They're the hungrier team. We all know there's going to be a ton of St. John's fans, probably something like 65-35, 60-40, in favor of Seton Hall. But it's not like a true road game. There's going to be a ton of Johnny fans in the building. I side with, in these games where it's kind of even balanced teams, I always side with the team that needs it more. And I think St. John's needs the game a little more than Seton Hall, and you'll kind of see that tomorrow night.
All right, we will see tomorrow night if St. John's has that want to get that win and bounce back after the loss they had on Saturday, or does Seton Hall come out on top. Zach Braziller is going to be there at the Rock. I will be there as well, too. Should be a fun one. Check for the local college basketball fans here in the New York City metro area. That is Zach Braziller, New York Post sports reporter, doing a great job covering college sports for us. Zach, always good talking to you. Get warm. I know you're still trying to thaw out from Omaha,
well, I'm
so
good,
stay
man.
warm.
This weather is this. I feel like I'm in Miami now.
Yeah, coming from there and being here, despite it's cold, I understand that. It's good. All right, Zach, be good. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
I see you tomorrow, man. Can't wait.